Alright, hey everybody. Excuse me, it looks like the video is working now. Hopefully we don't have any kind of hiccups. There's so many subjects to talk about, but today I wanted to do a video about Gamestop. Um, you know, everyone's speculating that the more, they call them the brick and mortar shops, are going to disappear in the next 10 years. These consoles going to come out, and I should say this next coming generation is going to have disk drives, so maybe not right away, but the next ones after that. And there is an Xbox One S that is digital only. Um, I guess there's so many wild predictions out there. Everyone sees big numbers, and they think that right away everything's just going to change. And excuse me, we have numbers to support it, and that's the end of that. But there's a lot of factors that go into it, factors that I don't even know about, factors that maybe one individual might not even consider um, to support this, but also to maybe say that maybe it's not as quick as we think it is. Um, Personally, I don't think it's going to be as quick as people believe. Um, People have this attitude that game companies can they can do what they want to, and you know, and we'll have to take it. But understandably, we're the ones that support them by buying their product. So it's not like they can just do whatever they want. I mean, various, uh, various times, like I'm thinking of Resident Evil when they tried to make a multiplayer, and people were like, yeah, we don't like that. So it went back to the, standard single player, like horror type of, what would they call it? It's called a survival horror type of game with Resident Evil 7. I know after 6, I was a little bit skeptical, and then I saw someone playing 7, and they only played it for half an hour, less than an hour, and I was like, I gotta get this game. And Resident Evil 7 was a great game, so I mean, it's pretty cheap now, so you can get it for like $20 or less. I highly recommend picking it up. I personally love Resident Evil 2 as well. Um, I love Resident Evil 2 because I love Resident Evil 2, and I'm still a huge fan of Resident Evil 2, the original. So I was more than stoked when they came out with a brand new game. And as someone put it, it's not just a fresh coat of paint; it's a new game from the ground up. Um, so uh, just checking it out. But anyway, uh, I have to say, I'm sorry. I just saw some flashing here. It's the TV. You could turn that off at any point, but I like having some background noise sometimes. Um, but anyway, I got off the subject a little bit, but I was just saying that, it's really up to us, the fans, about our opinions and our votes. And I'm going to make another video soon about kind of why, like our opinion really matters and what it shows. And so another example, there's a lot of examples out there, but I there are so many things that I don't think people consider digital games when they lose. In other words, if you, for now, if you buy a physical copy of a game, you always have it. So if there's some problem with the companies or licensed companies, they can't stop you from unowning the game. When you have a digital copy, though, if you have a problem, well, then you don't get to play your game, and that's it, regardless of if you bought it or not. Um, so that's something that um, they need to work out on. I mean, really, I want to do more research into this because people just see it for face value. But the main reason that what concerns me the most is do people really what is it they really get out of digital games? Like, besides the convenience, I've seen them. They give small little pre-order packs, like pre-order bonuses. Maybe you get to play it a couple of days early, but still, that's not enough to convince me why I should be paying the full price for, you know, the game I can get a digital version of, physical version of. Um, because with the physical version, I always have it. If you have some kind of problem, I still have it. Um, and if I want to trade it or take it back in, take it to, I mean, everyone's known about Gamestop, but I know you can take it to Walmart now. I don't know about any other places off the top of my head, but I mean, if I want to take it there and get some credit, I can. Uh, you know, there's so many things to be concerned about. I guess my main concern was I've always been a little leery um, about digital games because uh, the I'm not against them. I'm going to say this, excuse me. I'm not totally against them. I don't have really anything against downloadable games because there are games that you can only download. Um, it's not that I have that particular problem. It's just that if we went full-fledged digital, uh, where would that leave us as consumers? Like the game companies, they're all more than happy to go digital because you know that leaves a more chunk of the pie. And I don't blame them for that, especially when games are if they don't sell a certain amount, they don't do well. I get it. Certain genres have certain statistics. Um, I mean, a game I think needs to sell like 2 million to do decent. Um, but that also might consider, that's in the survival horror genre, I should say. I'm assuming that's like all across the board, but there could be, variables, different kinds of games have bigger fan bases or smaller fan bases. So I don't get why a company would want to keep as much money as they could get a hold of. I mean, it makes total sense. You want to get as much money, you're the one that made the game, you're the one that deserves the profits. Um, but my main concern is that, as consumers, where will it leave us? Where will it leave people like us? Where, if the game is digital, um, and like I said, besides the aforementioned problem that you might lose it, even if you paid for it, you can't do anything with it. I can't give it to you. You can't give it to me. I can't take it to the store. So once I play it, it's done, and it just, I erase it and maybe play it again one day, and it just leaves it where it is. Um, but mainly it's because unlike other markets, I the, the company makes a product and they sell you the product, and the product is yours. Okay, you buy a toaster, you get to take it home. You buy anything, you get to take it home. You get to do whatever you want to it. Heck, you could alter it. And I understand that with games, I know usually entertainment media properties is basically licensed to where you can use it and not legally reproduce it or things like that. And I get that because people would be doing it and making money and whatnot. It hurts the companies, and I totally get that. That's totally understandable. But my concern is when they have full control. When any company releases a game and they have full control over it, you don't have any say. They could say the next game's $100 and that's it. You know, and you got no choice. You don't buy it. You don't buy it, and you got to sit there and act like a little baby because uh, not that you didn't get your way, but you got to act like you know someone who's angry because you didn't what should be yours is in control of the company that made it. What other companies, what other industries sell products and control them after they sell them to you. You know, what company should? If you have that kind of control, you can do anything. You can sell broken products. You can sell buggy games. Never repair them. You can tell people take it or leave it. And the other question is really, that's the biggest concern. But I mean, where's the discount? You know, you're selling me these games for $60. You're not paying any manuals. There's no discs. There's no cases. No artwork of any kind. That's on the lease side. So, you know, there should be some kind of, you know, at least $5, not even that. So what are you really paying for? I really don't see the value in digital games other than the convenience. Like I said, I know there's certain perks, there's themes, there's this and that, they can throw you this and that, and it's like, but what good is it to me? I can't do anything with it other than play it on my Xbox, or my PS4, or whatever the new system's going to come out with that, you know, it's supposed to be on the hard drive. And that's it. That's it. I mean, maybe for the average person playing a game here or there, it doesn't sound so bad. But, you know, and you already know which terrible is getting back to the baby comment. I mean, you already know if you didn't buy it, then, you know, some of these companies would come out and be like, oh, you're just a bunch of babies, you want your way, and it's like, no, we're not happy with the product. And gamers shouldn't be. They should be happy with a product that's catered to them. This isn't food, you know. Even if it was, you wouldn't do good if you made it bad. But this isn't an industry where you can just make something and, you know, you take it or leave it. It's, well, if we don't want it, you know, we don't have to have it. See, so I mean, naturally, gamers are going to speak, and there's a lot of truth to this with the Xbox One when it first released. The gamers didn't like the whole online thing. You had to be digital, and, you know, the response was, well, get a 360. I mean, you know, what does that say? Fuck you. You know what I mean? Just plain fuck you. So, me as a gamer, you know, I question all the time, what's really the benefit of digital games? What really is to us? Is it really that beneficial? So, I mean, I'd like you to ask yourselves those questions, you know, and where would we be? Maybe one day we'll all switch to digital, but I honestly believe, let me put it to you this way. I always say in my heart of hearts that I just don't really think that we should go in that direction right now, to be perfectly honest, until they start working out all those problems, until they would take a stance like Steam and say, if you buy it, it's permanently yours no matter what. At least, very least, allow people to own what they buy. I mean, they're not going to be able to do anything with it anyway, you know? But at least let them own it, at the very least. But, you know, besides that, like I said, there's other factors that I don't honestly know off the top of my head. I know there's a bunch more factors that go into this. It's not just a simple, you know, make it up with your hands. It's just, it literally has to, you know, there's sort of licensing, there's this laws, there's that laws. But like I said, us as gamers, you know, what do we really get out of it? You know, I know people are quick to hate on GameStop and hate about, you know, what they do and how they do, you know, and I totally agree with, you know, why they're unhappy with them. I can see totally as gamers why it's not pleasant, why certain things that seem unfair and certain things aren't right. I totally get that. But at the same time, you have to ask yourself, you know, is GameStop really hurting us? You know, they're the ones that stock the shelves with used games so that you can go to the store and pick them up. I mean, it's, like, what if they weren't here? So, there's certain things I disagree with, but now I'm starting to ask myself that question. What if they weren't, what if they were gone? Will we be in, you have to buy digital or don't buy it at all? I buy a lot of games simply because, at GameStop, because I love games. There's games there I see cheap, never seen them, never heard them. As you probably know, I probably mentioned I'm a collector, so I pick them up when I can. And it's like, hey, well, we might as well try it. I'm not going to have that if they go digital. I mean, like I said, and I'll say it again, they're using a third-party platform. Like you figure the games, they got to come out on Microsoft, they're going to come out on Sony, and they're going to come out on Nintendo, and I guess the soon-to-be Stadia. And really, from what I understand, because I've heard indie developers complain that Microsoft really says what the prices should be. That's fine. I get why they're mad. But, when there's nobody there, these developers might open up their own stores. I don't know. We try to. But, maybe maybe I'm just being worrying about something, but I just don't see this is a good move for the industry and especially the consumer. I think that if we moved into an all-digital, we would simply be the losers of this whole thing. It's like any industry where the company can basically make a monopoly of it. You're never the one who gets the benefit of it. The only time the consumer benefits is when there's competition. And right now, there's competition. Anybody, even me, if I want to, I can legally buy and sell games. I can buy them. I can pick them up. I looked into it. I was curious. Anybody can do it. And as of now, of course, we have, GameStop, Amazon, Walmart, eBay even, and a bunch of others that I don't know off the top of my head. Best Buy is another one too, by the way, where you can buy games. Oh, and you can buy them used too at GameFly. I used to love those sales. We can buy them now. We have that right. We have that choice. If they go all digital, well, those days are long gone. You might not even see the 60 price tag. Heck, they could raise it. But until in my heart of hearts that I feel the consumer can and should get the benefits of digital gaming, I don't think that it's a move that we should totally support. I'm going to keep buying physical games. Some people can call me, like my friend would say, a dinosaur. I just don't want it that way. We're afraid of change. Okay? I get that. I think it's human nature being afraid of change. But I'm asking you as a consumer, what do you get out of it? Is it really, am I really being afraid of change? Or am I really trying to look out for you? Am I really trying to look out for myself? What's good? What's going to be good about this? Don't know. Personally, I think the Switch is bad. The Switch about, digital games until they can figure out how it would benefit us. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong about everything. But it doesn't feel that way. It doesn't feel that when we lose the power, we're getting any benefit from it. It never goes that direction. Anyone with that kind of power is always going to abuse it. Well, I want to keep going because I don't want to keep repeating myself. But this is Al signing off. Rate, comment, and subscribe, please. I'm more interested to hear your comments than anything else in the world. It's nice talking to you, as I always like to vent. And have a nice night and a nice day if you see this or whatever. Take care. Like I said, rate, comment, and subscribe. And be safe.